Okay, this is just a short video on a Sargent 6-pin lock that I received as a challenge lock. I could not pick the lock. It has a pin lodged down inside. There's a spring sticking out. I had to disassemble this lock, so undoubtedly there is a spring under a little small pin on number 2. I almost didn't get this apart, but to show you some of the pins in this lock, how some of these lock builders, how they design their pins is very ingenious. So I may try to assemble this lock again and pick it, but I don't think that the lock will go back exactly like I got it apart. But this is a key pin. This is the upper serrated pin. This one, I have no idea where these wafers went. This is another type of pin, so I'll have to find out where the pins go. This is another long, looks like a pin in pin. Then we have another spring with a pin on top. And this is another serrated key pin. This is another pin in pin with looks like 3 parts. Whoops. Okay, it looks like there's 3 parts to let's see, I believe this come off of here. Not sure. Anyway, we'll figure it out, see if we can. And this, there's 3 parts on this one, so this little piece on number 6 went there. But I will make an attempt to get this back together. I've got to get this one pin out of this plug, and there's a spring that pushed past the little pin, and it would not allow me to open this lock. The little pin that's in here is wedged into this plug, so I'll get it out as best I can and see if I can't put it back together, and we'll pick it at a later date, or I'll send it back to the lock designer and let him redo the lock. But I'll try to make an attempt to get this out. Okay, I appreciate this lock. Things like this does happen. It even happens to the best of us. So just because something happens doesn't deter you from building locks. Okay, I have this Sargent Challenge lock from Trevor that we did some major modifications on. It is locked up and it does work. This is the bitting on the key. We had to correct a small problem with the pin number 2 was wedged in the plug with a spring. Wouldn't come out. We had to shorten a couple of pins because they were way too long for the Bible. The springs were completely collapsed, and so we had to do that to make the key work right. So it's working and it is locked up. Okay, let's use top of the keyway, and let's start off with this pick. Let's go to the back of the lock. Okay, there's pin 6, pin 3, pin 2, pin 1. Let's go to the back. Okay, I believe we got just a little bit more on 6. Okay, there's a little bit on 4. A little bit more on 2. Okay, let's go to the back. I think we need to set pin 1, but let's check the back again. Okay, there's pin 1. Let's go to the back again. There's pin 6. Got a little bit more turn on the plug. And there it is, open. Like I say, I had to make some major modifications to this lock. I don't know whether this actually made it pick any easier or any harder. But I haven't really had trouble opening these Sargent locks. But I'm sorry about having to make the changes in the lock, Trevor. But this lock just was kind of screwed up in that plug. Okay, let's turn it this way. Just don't screw up the gutting on this thing now. Alright, there's pin 6. We'll look at them real close in a moment. There's pin 5. Pin 4. See if we can get these pins out. Yeah, there's 2 of them come out. See if we can get this one out. Okay, there's that one. Maybe it didn't come out. Okay. Lay that there, see if we can get this pin 1 out. Okay, pin 1. Okay, he has threaded 1, 3, 5, and 6. He has steel springs in 1, 2, and 4. The other 3 are copper springs. Alright, let's look at this plug. Okay, he has drilled out this opening here, and it's a little bit larger than the pin. But anyway, if I have to make a modification to a lock, if I want to go ahead and pick it, I will. If not, I'll just leave it alone. I won't touch it. But I asked Trevor about going into this lock, and he said it was alright. See if we can get those pins out. Okay, there's all 6 of them out. Okay, actually we should only have threading in 1, 3, and enlarged on this one, and nothing on the rest. Alright, let's take a little bit closer look at these pins. Okay, on pin 1 and 2, a serrated pin, and a serrated key pin on 1, 2, and 3. This is another serrated pin. This is a serrated double type spool. This is pin and pin. You've got 3 sections of it, one little small section and 2 other sections. Okay, it's not going to want to come off. But this is where the problem was, is in pin number 2. There was 2-piece pin in it with a spring in between, and this part was so small that it would just turn sideways and wedging into the plug. So I just had to replace it with a full pin. I tried replacing it and putting it back together like that, but it still hung up, so I couldn't do anything different. Okay, there's a wafer missing. It's probably in the plug. There it is. It fell out. Okay, well, there's the wafer. That's a kind of a spool-like T-pin. On this one, serrated key pin, serrated key pin. This is a standard key pin. This is another pin and pin. It's got 2 parts to it, I believe, maybe 3 into it. This is a spool serrated pin. Get back here. And that's a T-pin, of course. Okay, that's what we have in this lock. Thanks to Trevor, even though I modified it a little bit different than what was in the lock, because it would not work. Pin was hanging up in the spring. Actually, I think there was 2 of them that was hanging up. I believe it was this one. I had to replace this pin. Alright, appreciate it. Thank you very much. Please do not do anything illegal, and please stay out of trouble.